Africans and Haitians. I'm not talking about people outside of the community. I understand that they're not, wanting to be educated. Um, but I'm saying this for like people within our community because the two panels that I witnessed, it was crazy. And the guy was just one of the guys, he was just sharing his experience and telling them like information that he had. And the one woman got started, she went in on him, and then he literally was like, hold on, y'all, wait. Well, I was just trying to say, then everybody else got started. And I don't know, like, again, so many miscommunications happen because we're not listening to one another. And again, I'm not talking about anybody outside of our community. I'm talking about just, inside the community. Like, what can we do better to fix this?
Well, if you're talking about the Black Americans, they identify as African descent. So there's always going to be a disconnect with people who identify as African descent, people who identify as Indian. And then also, old people, they're just, I don't know. These are same people who don't think going to therapy is a good thing. So, you know.
What's up? What's up, Judah? Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank y'all for the likes. Yeah, I was about to say we got some yappers on here, man. As you can see, I started zoning out, checking out when
I
cubits go on. But go ahead. Yeah,
I'm
focus.
sorry, David.
Yeah,
I
focus.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, David. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You got it.
I was about to say, like, with Africa, with the, I guess with the if we can find any Africans that are for us, maybe then we can communicate in a way. But I haven't ran into any that actually agree on the plight that we should be different and communicate with each other in a positive way. And if and when we sort of get them, it's still they come off as selfish and like I don't know. I don't know if we can find that in between because like we are we're this so the Black Americans and the American Indians for the most part we're the same people. We just disagree on our heritage. Black Americans don't really for the most part do their genealogy, so they don't know who they are. So that is they got to do their genealogy to know who they are.
I will say, at least with ADOS and FBA, their side, they do genealogy, but they were revised to stop at a certain point, which is kind of ridiculous. But if you ask me, but a lot do. But I can only speak for the ones on Twitter. A lot do on Twitter. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, there's folks that like to. My biggest issue is the folks that like to just like dominate the panel. Like, you got to say something after everything. Like, golly, you got a response for everything. Why do you have a response for everything being said? Like, gee, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, we got like 8. We got other people on the panel. Like, let's pass the mic around. That's why I reiterate, like, yo, let's pass the mic around. Like, I'll even interject, like, hey, we got new people on the panel. Like, like what this guy want,
I told you, regardless, they're gonna come. But it's crazy. This has absolutely nothing to do with anybody outside of our community. Um, but anywho, and anybody that's listening in, like if any other guys want to jump up here, because again, I'm literally only talking about our community, people that have done their genealogy, people understand and know their history. I'm trying to figure out what is the disconnect or how do men feel about the communication coming from the women in the community and vice versa. How do women feel about miscommunications that come from men in our community? We're not really like worried about Africans and Native Americans. This really isn't for them. Unfortunately, though, they just love to be in our spaces. So, I mean, they're still going to be here.
I gotta point out the ignorance. That's really.
Oh my gosh, like, dude, read the room, bro. We probably just
Let me explain to you real quick.
I'm like,
explain to you.
What's
I'm
your
just trying to
Ain't
say,
no,
ethnicity and your age?
I'm a black American, just like you.
no, he's not. He's African.
Yes, I am.
He's West African.
Well, we're all West African in this bitch.
What? What you say, yo?
So if you're, he said we're all
I
West
said,
African. If you're West African, don't
No,
claim.
what did he say after West Africa? I
He
think I
said
heard
to be
something
fair.
else. Uh, why y'all so sassy, yeah? Like, get out of here. Like, after they were complaining about, oh, you guys always have African in the title. Ain't no African nowhere in the title here. It's an in-house conversation, and they
Man, like,
find their way over here.
you Africans need to stop cosplaying as Black Americans. The only Americans are indigenous people. If you're not indigenous, you're not an American.
Oh no, I got this one. This one.
Part, most of us do it, but we do have some people that come in here that don't.
That's not going to happen until people let go of European constructs. Because why did one of these American Indian came up and they were calling women females, and I said, yeah, let's not call women females, and he got mad at me. Like,
What's up,
I'm like,
Creole?
would you like to be called a male? That's
Yeah,
crazy. What the heck?
yeah, that's a hell, y'all.
What is
I
that on his
don't
lip?
know.
He was at the gym. Like, he got a goddamn right on his lip. Like, yeah, what's going on, yeah?
Like no.
She said, but yeah, that's what he looked like.
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on, yeah?
What's up, man? What's going on? How can... What's going on here?
What's up? What's up,
And what's
Mabel?
Who is
Ain't you
that?
Somali? Ain't you Somali?
Yes, what's up, man, brother? You hate Somali?
No, bro. Don't you see the title? Like, it got
Somali?
nothing to do with
This is
Somali.
hilarious.
We trying to have an in-house conversation, yo. He better off
You know,
having.
I just came here because somebody said we need to respect a woman. Then I like it, you know. Women must be respected.
Does this have anything to do with you?
Okay,
Yeah,
It don't
like,
have nothing to do with you.
but why?
You're not us.
Why you say we are not us?
are you an American Indian or a Black American naval?
Yeah, I relate to you.
You relate to us, bro. Are you a Black American or an American Indian?
Yes, I live in America. Oh, brother is very tired.
You're a Native American, correct?
Native American? Oh, that's a very
Are you
dangerous statement.
asking? Are you a Native American?
No.
What's up, Adrian?
I don't have time for this.
Hey, what's up, girly girl?
Naval, since you came up here, I'm sorry. You were speaking.
I'm sorry. I don't want to disturb your conversation. I just came here to greet and
Nah, for sure. You fine.
and you know, like share a good vibe.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Yeah. Please, if you guys don't mind, good vibe.
Please stop using our language. Don't cosplay us.
Hey,
We don't like
that.
What language? Your language. Your language.
Oh, but let's just move on to girly girl. What's up, girly girl?
No, hey, I
Your
just
language.
wanted to ask, kind of wanted to see where people's head was with the whole the Creek freedmen being granted citizenship into the nation, into I guess their nation there in Oklahoma, but they are, and I've gotten more clarification on it. They're using, I guess, Article 2 from the 1870, their 1870 Constitution, is it? I mean, treaty, and where they essentially take on the African moniker. That was part of them accepting that. That was part of them being accepted into it. When they didn't have to do that, they just could have used the 1866 treaty. So, where it said that the Negro, was the Indian. So, I'm just wondering how y'all are feeling about that because it was brought to my attention last night. I know it had to be something, but I didn't know to the extent of it.
Not a freedman, so I don't have no feelings about it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I know that like with the Creek Freeman, we know that they were reclassified. They were originally, they were just the Indians that were reclassified within the Creek Nation, but they were they've been granted citizenship, and I mean, it's been all over the internet. Um, I'm just wondering how people are feeling about it because it's kind of like,
I'm
especially
just
with
saying
the
my people say Creek by blood. That's so I don't know nothing about that.
okay.
I haven't heard about it.
Also,
I
that's
have
not
to
really
look
the
into it.
topic either, though. So
No, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize it was one up there. I am sorry, guys. Let me just mute up.
Yeah, I don't really speak on things I ain't really looking into like that. So
yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be eligible anyways, since my ancestor was stolen off the reservation, and they don't have a birth certificate. So yeah.
yeah, what's good? What are you about to say, Gerbil?
I said, it don't matter what I said. I'm just gonna go back on mute.
Oh, okay. But yeah, how can folks communicate with each other better and treat each other better on the internet at least, right? Because that's where we mostly engage with each other at the internet.
Respecting one another's differences as well. We don't have to always agree with each other, but the love gotta still remain there. We can be, we can have different thoughts. Like we don't have to be a monolith, right? We can have different thoughts about and similar, like still be the main thoughts be the same, but have a little bit of differences
So,
about some things, right? And don't lose the love that we have for each other, because I know with like I've been here for a while, some of the Indian groups I've been in, we would have like little petty fights, and then the whole thing would fall apart. Like if we're family regardless. We should just accept people our differences, and just you know
mhm, for sure, and still be recognized. What's up?
go.
African American artist. Purple Pillows here, man. African American. All right, Joe. You see any African Americans up here? You don't want negative energy. Please discuss something pleasant. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Yeah, native thought of this topic here. How the men and the women can communicate with each other better. I forgot to put men and women in the title, but whatever, whatever. But
Yeah, I just wanted to switch up the topic. And as you can see, it's funny because a lot of times Africans will come on and they'll say, well, this has something to do with us, so that's why they're there. And as you can see, this has nothing to do with anybody, has no flags up, it doesn't say anything about African, and yet they're still here in the space. I mean, which is fine, I guess, but this is really supposed to be community centered and focused between men and women. Men, if you have um, something that you feel like we can do better as women, and women, you share what a man can do better for, um, for clear communication.
I don't know. I don't really have anything to say. I see enough man versus woman topics on TikTok. So
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Um, the question was what, like, how can we communicate better? Like, not even because I feel like this can't just be a TikTok thing, right? Like, I feel like this also sometimes happens like in person. So it can be like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be on TikTok. It could be just like in a relationship, or again, I was just thinking of something that didn't have anything to do with anybody else outside of us. So that way
Okay.
they can kind of stop, coming and using that as a reason to kind of get into our spaces, and really just to kind of get away from the topic, like at least for like the evening, because that stuff is draining.
I would say get rid of the white team man way of thinking, patriarchy. I mean, like that type of way of thinking that, women are beneath and women are less than, those type of things. And, where I feel like man and woman serve their purpose in each other's life. And it should be like we should complete each other, not like one over the other. So
Yeah.
um when we have our, because I can only speak as a woman, I can't speak as a man. When we have our have men, our men, that look down on us, and I see enough gender wars up here too. And say that we need to be in the kitchen and stuff like that. But that's going off of the topic. Anyway, we should respect each other and get rid of patriarchy and go back to the way our ancestors did it. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't in a way of, defiling each other or making each other feel little or trying to decrease each other.
Mhm.
Hmm, I don't know. People, I don't know. I guess it's an overall thing more than just specific to one gender or sex. I give true respect. Folks got a, I don't know. Folks got an issue like think they got the best. This is all platforms, Joe. Like they got the best information. Like my information is better than yours and stuff like that. It don't even, or like what I got to, like people think they got what they got to say is more important than anybody else's. That's what blows me the most.
Yeah.
Like, when people just think what they say I got to say got is more important than anybody else's. I'm like, bro, like nah, just wait your turn. Like you ain't gotta jump off your mic like that. Hey, what's up, Callie? What's up, Mother Nurture? Like you ain't gotta jump off your mic to everything. Like I don't know, stuff be weird. Hey, where
Yeah.
everybody at?
Yeah, the over talking does get me, especially because I have a small voice. So I be trying to talk, and then people cut me off. But
Folks be trying to.
And then there's not really an answer to this question because everybody comes from different backgrounds. Everyone has different upbringings. A lot of people don't even know what respect is. They have different definitions of respect. So when you talking about to treat somebody with respect, everybody got a different definition of what respect is.
Yeah,
I was
that
about
makes
to say.
sense.
That's why I be asking people like, who raised y'all? Folks just jumping in. I'm like, bruh, I get it. Like we talking, there's a conversation going, but at least say hello when you like, hey, what's good, y'all? What?
Exactly. Yeah.
Identity crisis trying to connect with more identity crisis. Like, see, they always gonna find their way. Like, every time, whether it's as long as they see me on live, they gonna come in troll. But yeah, what's up, Seven?
What's going on, family? Peace and love. How y'all doing today?
All right, where you from? What's your ethnicity?
I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Oregon?
Yeah, Portland,
And
Oregon.
you're what? And you're what?
African American.
African American in Portland?
Yes, sir.
How long your folks been in Portland?
Quite some time now. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Your grandparents from Portland?
Yes, sir.
Your great grandparents from Portland?
I know all that.
You don't know all that?
I should know, but I don't.
You're from East Africa, ain't you?
I don't know. I may not have African. I may just be American.
Are you an East African?
You said what?
Are you East African?
You said, am I an East
Who
African?
East African? Oh my goodness.
No,
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Positive?
Well, actually, I
You're,
mean,
East,
I'm not quite sure actually exactly. Like, I don't know much about.
you're not Ethiopian or none?
No, I'm just American.
You're not, you're not, you're just American? You're
Yes.
American Indian?
I
Did he
just told.
freeze or something?
Nah, I
Did you
told you I was
freeze? Did he
American.
glitch?
You keep
Did he
asking me.
glitch?
Nah, I said I'm American, bro. I don't know what else do you want me to say. What do you want? What do you want me to? Do you want me to give you a certain answer or something?
I'm just want you to tell the truth. Because I know East African, well, I hear one.
Nah, I'm American, bro.
No, you're not.
I just wanted to see, like, you know what I'm saying, what the topic was, what you guys were talking about.
American because you don't even know where in the South your great grandparents came from. All Black Americans who come from the West or the East Coast know where their great grandparents come from. My grandparents are from California. My great grandparents, they migrated from Texas to California. I'm able to tell you that off the top of my head. You should know where your great grandparents come from as a Black American. That is ridiculous.
No, you're right. You're right. I understand that. And it's something that I need to work on. It's something that I need to do deeper research on. So I appreciate that, Venus.
What's up, Lala? It sound like when the East Africans know we can tell who y'all voices. When are East Africans gonna know that we can tell how y'all sound and speak, y'all cadence and stuff like that? All right, well we got LY.
Someone said elders associated with wisdom, not
Oh,
age.
Lil.
I
Is
agree.
that Lil?
It's Lil. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Lil Pretty? How you doing?
Hey guys.
Hello.
How you doing? How you doing? Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
I'm good. I'm from Texas and I'm Indigenous American.
Oh, nice. How do you think we could treat and respect? How can we treat and communicate with each other better?
I think honestly it's about education. A lot of people are just not educated on what's really going on. Um, a lot of white people, well, a lot of education systems that are run by white people do not properly educate our people. So we are forced to figure it out on our own. And not everybody is interested in learning the truth. So if people aren't open to actually learning the truth, they're not gonna learn it. And some people just don't want to know what's going on. But I don't think it's ever anything that we're gonna be able to do to get it together, unless we just get rid of everybody that don't agree.
Okay. Hey, like what is it? Like what you want to ship up? Like all that police activity you be doing, yeah.
I just wanted to remind you that you're a slave, all of you. Bye.
Like all you like you police like the police, all the police, yo. Like golly.
They be so
Be reporting
mad that
people.
we don't wanna assimilate into whatever they got going on. Like it's possible for us to know our family members of the back generations. Like
Of course,
a
these
lot of
Africans thought it
people,
was funny.
a lot
But
of
go ahead.
people kept records of their family and their family members and their family tree and have photos and stuff like that. Like a lot of people in America do actually know their background. I mean, I can understand because there are a lot of people who, you know, don't have full families, like they may be missing the mother or they may be missing the father, so they don't have those connections. But a lot of us that have parents that were married and, you know, grandparents that were married and so on and so forth going up, we kind of have a better grasp on what it is that we did, and especially if we made some type of impact in America as, you know, our generations came forth.
What?
Sure.
Why is Creole Girl in the comments trying to be shady? I'm sorry some of you don't recognize Creole history. We respect elders and show them grace. You don't get respect just because you're a certain age. People your age are essaying people and unaliving people and spreading misinformation. You don't get respect just because you're of old age. That is ridiculous. And this is why we got old people out here doing some of the most heinous crimes in history. And they think they can do it just because they old. You get respect from being a good person and being wise.
Right. And I feel like respect is probably the biggest thing. That's really the reason why we have so many issues, is because people don't have respect for one another. If you just accept, okay, instead of trying to tell people who they are and what they doing, just accept what they telling you. Like, you ain't gotta like what they telling you. You don't gotta agree, but you can accept it and you can respect it and you can go about your business. And I feel like a lot of people ain't doing that. They want to make something a thing and it's not.
I just scrolled up in the comments. I didn't know that y'all, you and Creole Venus, you and Creole had, y'all were in communication. So I'm just seeing these messages. I just thought she was just making an overall,
Because she said respect means recognition of elders, and I said that no, that's not what respect means. I said respect is earned. That's what I replied, and that was her response. Because I said respect is earned. Who do you think you are? You are not God or some type of God to just get respect just off of nothing. Like what is going on here? And that's what I be meaning. Some of the older people are just entitled. They think they're entitled.
Goodness, where are you from? I'm sorry, I just came to this live.
I'm from California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mom's Louisiana Creole, and she was raised in California, and my dad's from California.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it all goes back to the points of where you was from, how you was raised up, until that folks raised up differently.
Yeah, my people tell me we respect older people if they do good by their children.
To you,
yeah, if they do good. Look at them older people and see how their children treat them. Do they have a good relationship with their children? Do they respect their partners, or are they just old? Like,
yeah, I was raised to, like, oh yeah, be respectful. Basically, be respectful until you're proved otherwise. And that you ain't- like, I'm respectful to people until they prove me I can't respect them no more. You know. But yeah, my folks are big. My folks are big. Oh yeah, respect your elders. Like, it don't even matter. I couldn't be like, if I got into it with an elder or did something slick to an elder, it did not matter. I was always in the wrong. I was like, all right.
I mean, I did have some family members that tried to teach me that didn't work here. So, I mean, I was taught to have self-respect and respect people who are respectful. So I wasn't taught to be walked all over, because if you let your others do that, you can accept at other places. You can't just let your family members walk all over you, you know.
I agree
Fair
with
enough to get
David and Venus.
in case I'm up here by myself. Say, I told you I gotta make space. So I gotta look at my mod. I'm full on moderators. Like, everybody.
Okay, that's fine. I would agree with Venus and Darvid when it comes to that. It's definitely, well, first, yeah, that's how it's taught more. So like Darvid, like, it's an automatic respect. And then if something happens, then yeah, definitely protect yourself, protect your siblings. Um,
And then, like, I feel like y'all people be having different meanings of respect. Basic respect is just basic manners,
yeah,
basic, talking a certain way. To me, respect is actually, listening to people's opinion, taking it as fact, like your words are wise. That's what I mean. That's what I hear when people say, "Oh, respect your elders." Like, your elders are supposed to be wise. You should listen to them and things like that. That's like anything before that is just basic manners to me.
okay, yeah. So then, yeah, I would agree. Yeah, you're just being mannerable, respectful in that manner. But yeah, taking somebody at face value, that can't happen until you really build a bond and a connection. I wanted to ask, Pretty, I'm just gonna say Pretty. I wanted to ask you a question because earlier in the conversation, you stated that, oh my God, you stated that, oh, the school system, you feel like the school system is part to blame for the miscommunications that happen within our community. Is that what you were saying?
No, I'm just saying with the lack of the education system doesn't help with the lack of like we don't know our history as much as we should. We don't know a lot of the truth of what's going on. So a lot of people are confused about who they are what they're doing and what they're doing it for. And I feel like if we had better education system that taught us more about who we are and where we come from, we all would act much differently. For me personally, if everybody, I mean, I know everybody don't believe in God, or everybody may not be followers of God or read the Bible, but if we did things the way the Bible said with our people to do, we wouldn't have this problem. If we would be able to take the time and teach our children the way to respect each other and respect ourselves. I feel like the difference between education in America and like some other places, maybe say like China, is they work on social skills all the way up until 5th grade. They're not worried about actually learning real work or real education. They spend a lot of that time focusing on how to treat people well, how to, treat your elders, learning basic necessities, learning how to respect one another, stuff like that. And I feel like we don't necessarily have that. Everything is just, you learning for this test and you take the test and then you forget everything. And it's not nothing that's actually going to stick with you and stay with you. I mean, even here, like we don't even have schools, and not to say this is not the parents' job, but in other countries, they teach kids how to wipe their ass in school. They don't teach that here.
Baby, why would kids?
I'm not saying that we should or we shouldn't, but I'm saying
I kind of
you're teaching your children in a mass group.
Hold on one second. I can speak.
Associate themselves in the public. How to conduct themselves in the public.
Hold on one second. I will say that's kind of not true. I'm a teacher. I've been in preschool settings before. They teach them how to do that.
I'm a teacher too.
And then,
how to do that.
Sorry, go ahead, Jervo.
I was saying that in preschool and stuff like that, they teach them how to do that.
They even did that when I was in school. Yeah, they took like.
And then I kind of don't like how you were talking about China. In China, they teach that you need to respect your elders so much that they have people unaliving their children if they disappoint their elders. Like that is
that's definitely extreme. I'm not saying to the extreme.
That's what most foreign countries teach, though. That's how much they emphasize respecting your elders.
Right, I understand it, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they also teach social skills to their children early on. That's all I'm saying. And we don't necessarily have social study, like we have social studies, but we don't have classes for children that teach them how to treat each other in that capacity. That teach community.
I think they do. I remember preschool and elementary being taught how to talk to other children and how to be nice to other children. I definitely remember that in elementary.
They have stuff. It's called, what's it called? EL, is it? It's emotional. SEL class. They have SEL class. We call it SEL here. It's social emotional learning classes now. So, what's up, Callie? We got new people. What's up, Callie? What's up, Kay?
Hi.
How y'all doing?
Good, doing good. My name is Callie. Well, this is just my TikTok name. I'm American, copper color race. The definition before it was taken. And how can American Indians / Black Americans treat and communicate with each other better? Well, I think we need Sarah. I think with the integration, it kind of took a lot from us, right? It took the spirit of us actually integrating with these people. And this is a side effect. That's what I feel. The more we integrate, the more we are further from the truth of us. If we did respect our elders, we'll know that we are the people that own this land, basically. I don't think we ever really owned land, or we felt like we owned land. I think we were was privileged to the land before anyone else. And so we was forced into create and have this mindset of owning stuff. So once we release that mindset and everyone goes back to normal, I think that we should fight to be separated from these people. They are like parasites, honestly. I don't see a future with them being any good. I don't think we can even teach our people the correct way, how to go with Mother Nature or what's going on. I don't think we can teach them with these people around us, constantly around us. This is the side effects. Our projects are built over our ancestors, over their bodies. We have been through so much with these people. So I don't even think it's really like treat and communicate. It's the side effects of these people. And I know that might sound like hateful. I don't hate anyone. I'm just paying attention to
You
what's
gotta
going
watch the
on.
H. You gotta watch that H
Oh,
word.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For entertainment purposes, but I don't H anyone, right? I have love for everyone that loves me back. But I put my people before anyone else. So if I see that if they're actually like facing like side effects like sickness, because I feel like we have mental issues too. We integrating with people that we don't know anything about. Obviously we know their history because they integrated us to learn their history, only to make us seem like we're inferior. And I don't even think the history they tell us in the schools is true, because why would you tell us history so bad in the schools when we're integrated with everyone else? I just feel like that is a what do they call it? I forgot what it was called. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think the only way we'll be able to listen to the spirit, to the winds, the way we used to, the way we used to smell the weather, the way we just used to like intertwine with everything, is to eliminate this fake future that we'll be able to even communicate correctly with each other, with these people in our energy.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I
people.
don't have respect for them.
I think
I
some people
try to
don't
have
trust.
respect for them.
I think some people don't trust their elders because their elders might not be good people. Like my mom was telling me that her parents and grandparents, they beat her with belts to the point where she couldn't walk. So imagine those are the same people telling you that you're Indian. Like you probably
Right.
wouldn't trust what comes out their mouth, right?
Hey, can I tell
But
you
you
what I
know,
think?
All right, hold on. Yeah, where you from? What's your ethnicity? Super that.
I'm melanated American,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm from Florida.
Okay,
So
for sure.
yeah,
Good.
I'm not trying to upset nobody or nothing like that. This is just my perspective. So I know, like when I join some of these lives, people like will jump down your throat, but I'm only human, and I think the way I think with the research that I research. You know what I'm saying? So not saying I'm right, but this is just my perspective. I think with overtime that this is just a long-term ploy, because if you study the habits of certain individuals and you know that they're long-term strategists, right? I think that this is just a ploy that, you know, if you don't control the internet and you don't control the narrative, that this is just a ploy to make us want to segregate because they own everything. So tell me this: if you own everything, your military is the mightiest, and you segregate yourself from people that own everything, you're going to have a rough life. So I don't think that we should be fighting for segregation, because while we're doing all of this, there's buildings still going up that's owned by them. You
Wait,
go to
what's the segregation?
no, no, no. Let me finish.
Okay. I'm just
There's
confused on your
buildings.
point about segregation, that's all.
No, because like I hear this thing, and I'm not talking about y'all, but I hear this thing about people say, "Oh, let's segregate, let's segregate." I don't think that's the right thing to do, because we need checks and balances. We need to be a part of the system to check the system, to make sure everybody
I don't
is okay. Because if we gave up this country, right, and say we moved out, because we have a lot of people that's in power. So a lot of people are arguing with Africans and saying this and that. But if the head of the body falls, pretty much the whole world is fair game, because we're integrated into
Are
the
you trying to say
strongest.
Africans are the head? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no, no. We're the head because we're integrated into the strongest military might known to man in this world, and that's the United States. So if we were to
And we make
segregate
a
from that,
majority of it. Actually, like if we segregate and our military segregates with them, they have
right.
nothing. They have nothing.
I
well,
don't think
you
we
still got
understand how strong we are, to be honest.
well with technology and everything, you know, with
What's
military.
up,
I
We
Chris?
studied.
literally we literally invented most things in America. So I think that because we've been pacified and we're comfortable now, that we're afraid to separate. And that's why these people, these foreigners can come here and tell us about our history, tell us about ourselves, and just disrespect us. I think we need to start believing ourselves a little bit more. And maybe if we start communicating about a plan instead of staying with the very thing that makes you sick, which it does make us sick, especially Black women. We are sick,
But
and
segregating what
you
way
can
though?
say we're not.
Give me an
Oh,
example.
okay.
I don't even want to. I'm not gonna lie.
David.
Oh,
We talking about. We have a segregation talk on TikTok.
Your name is
That,
oh
that's
Dorothy.
no,
I,
no, yeah,
one sec,
yeah.
No,
one sec,
that's
hold
why
on
I
one
said
sec.
it's just my
I'll be starting.
perspective. I wasn't trying-
I'm not gonna lie. I'll be starting to think when y'all bring up these conversations on TikTok. I'm starting to think y'all
Right.
be the feds. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all, I'm
Oh
starting to
no,
think
I'm
y'all
not
be the.
no
I'm
fed.
not. I'm not talking about you, Callie. I'm not talking
Oh,
about you. I'm be starting to think. I'll be starting to think y'all the feds, yo. Like, if we do this, they gonna do that. If we do this, they gonna do that. I'm starting to think y'all.
And that's why I don't like joining lives because people cut you off and they don't let you get your full perspective out.
That's why I like. I mean, folks gotta stop saying BS. I'm not gonna lie.
You're
If
not
you don't
even
want to, if you're, yeah, it's not even the topic for one. And if you don't like what people got to say in response to you, you might want to keep your mouth shut.
I think the biggest thing that they did wrong is give everybody a microphone to speak.
Again, everybody, yeah, exactly. We gonna start with yours. You hold on.
yeah, we know.
I'm trying to
We
speak. I'm
kind of
trying to
know.
speak. I'm trying to
Yeah,
speak.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. They should have gave everyone a microphone because every time y'all talk, yeah, it's always some bootlicking going on in certain conversations. Like these are boule. I'm starting to think y'all boule. There's a lot of boule talking points coming out people's mouths and stuff like that. For one, YT people don't all fully control the government. That's one thing. We have three branches of government. People tend to forget that, right? Three branches of the government. We got immigrants. We got immigrants in these. We got immigrants in these branches. We got Black Americans in these branches. And we got Europeans in these branches.
You know, I'm
We got
interested in hearing your
one second. We make up majority of the military. So we all leave the military. What they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Like, we have the majority of the spending power. We have majority of the voting power here. If we say F this, what are they gonna do? Nothing. They will bend to our knees. They literally would. They wouldn't. If I'm wrong, they would not do all this pandering to us. They would not make us the focal point of damn near everything. If they wouldn't bend to our knee, if we said F this.
But you know, I'm interested in hearing your point of view though. Like I was
You're
just telling you
interested in
what
hearing
I'm
my
thinking.
point, like for
That's
one,
just what I'm thinking,
I'm trying
but
to
you
reset the
attacked
time.
me, brother.
Yes. Yes.
Speak
For
on the
one, you're
topic
all,
that you have
hold
behind
on,
you.
we're all, yo, I will clear this panel. I'm trying to reset the topic.
Partner, but you're the only one talking.
Like, all right, yeah, I'm not, yep, and guess what? I'm the only one up here now. How about that? Yeah, it's my live. I can do whatever I want on my live. See? Yep, I'm gonna be the biggest ego up here. How about that? I'm gonna be the biggest ego up here. Like, y'all come mess my goddamn topic up. Come and mess my topic up. To say some BS. Be alone. Just to say some BS. Like, we try to have a discussion on how we can treat each other better. Like, who cares about YT people in this conversation? Who cares about Africans in this conversation? Bro, just crash out? Nah, I'm gonna have my page is gonna be clipped. If I do crash out, y'all ain't gonna like what I have to say. Y'all definitely, if y'all don't like what I got to say now, y'all ain't definitely gonna like what I have to say if I actually crash out. It's not like after this government, ask the government in this conversation, right? Like, period. But in the conversation, they ain't got nothing to do with this conversation. Well, how can we treat each other better as Americans? That's the conversation. That's the conversation.
Said something about the three branches of the government.
Man, I don't care about the goddamn government right now. I don't care. We're talking about how can Americans treat each other better.
About that I want to comment on.
No, no. Then you won't
Down with
comment.
that
Then you
too.
won't.
Down with
Then
that
you won't.
discussion too.
Yeah,
Like,
then you
we
won't
need to
comment
treat
at.
each
You
other
won't
better.
comment at all. How about that? You won't comment at all.
I'm down with that discussion too.
Y'all,
Like, how can we treat
yeah, I was
each
about
other
to say y'all
better?
not about to
We ready
take
to
this
have
guy.
that conversation, or you?
Can I
Hold
give
on,
you?
one second. I'm still talking.
All right.
Right, I'm still talking. Right, like this ain't any other panel. This ain't any other panel where y'all can just yell at each other, scream at each other. Nah, this is my panel. There's gonna be some structure here. And if I say we staying on topic, we gonna stay on topic. All right, cool. Now we can have the conversation.
Can I speak
Now,
on it?
yo, go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna speak on the topic, but I want you to know, just so you know, because like you said, this is your panel. Every time I tried to speak, I specifically tried to speak on the topic, but I never got the opportunity, and it was also because you weren't letting me speak on the topic as well.
Yes, because I was trying to take control of my goddamn panel.
You don't need to yell, brother. I'm listening to you.
Like, can y'all stop stating the obvious?
You can
You
regulate
know what
yourself.
you know what I was doing.
You're an
Just
adult.
talk about the topic. I don't care about your soliloquy. I don't.
You're
I don't
an
care
adult.
about your thesis statement right now. Just get to the topic.
Well, thank you, brother. You have a good night.
All right, yeah, goodbye. Like, the hell these people think they are, yo?
Bro, first of all, I'm gonna apologize to you. Okay? Because of
God
one
damn.
thing that made me want to respond to it, but then you say you want to stay on your topic, that's respectable. We can stay on your topic. That's cool.
Y'all niggas gonna stay on topic, or all y'all? Huh? If not, goodbye. Goodbye. Are you gonna stay on topic, or are you not? Like, I don't need you here if you're not.
Oh man, fuck you then. Bitch, I'm trying to be nice to you. You're over here acting like a piece of dog shit that you are. Go fuck yourself.
Man, go fuck your daddy. How about that?
Why
How about
is
that?
oh my goodness.
Yep, that came out. Those like these men want a sword fight so bad. Go sword fight with someone that actually wants to sword fight with you, sir. I'm not here to sword fight. Like, it is very emotional. I don't care. I'll be emotional. I'll be a crash out. I don't care. Y'all gonna stay on topic, or are y'all not? Guess what? I'm still gonna be on live every day. God, relax. Be respectful. Okay, yeah. It's okay. Like, I don't care. Y'all, either y'all gonna respect the topic or y'all not. And if y'all don't respect the topic, take your ass on somewhere. There's plenty of lives where you could be a dickhead at. This ain't the one.
What's happening, bro?
What's up, man?
Ain't much. How your night going?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
You got
That's what's
echo.
up, man.
Just want to let you know.
Thanks for inviting me. Say it again.
You got echo.
All right. Yeah, I
You might
might
want
be.
to
Hold on.
disconnect your
Give me a
Bluetooth.
second. Yeah. You're right. That's exactly what it is.
What's up, Sadiq?
That's exactly what it was. So hold on. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
The funny, this is interesting when people be thinking about being mad when I be having these outbursts. Nah, I don't be mad at all. I just be talking.
Did you want to address the prompt, sir? Because I had something to say if you don't want to respond to it.
Yeah, did you have something to say, Santana, to the prompt?
No, I'm just here like trying to gather information because I agree with everything you say.
Are you American?
I think just talking.
You asking me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I'm American.
Yeah, he's American. We from the same place. He's saying dirt bike show.
What do you want to ask me?
The background. Why did you come up then? I'm so confused.
I'm just up here chilling. I'm waiting for like people I can debate with to come up here.
There is no debate. The background is the topic.
Yeah, I see the topic. So if you want to ask me a question about that topic, the only way we ever get together is they stop lying about the whole African movement and just be honest that Americans are Americans.
Let me just jump in here just for 2 seconds, y'all, because this is like blowing me backwards. And I wanted to catch the women that were up here before. You all are not paying attention to the prompts. And that's why this is another reason why I thought this would be a good discussion to have, because people are not paying attention. And typically, our people, we do. So I'm kind of confused as to, okay, I'm happy Callie is coming back because I'm gonna actually say something to Callie.
I'm on TikTok and I don't know how to communicate with different.
Man, shut up, yo. Goodbye. Like,
As far as outside, I think we communicate better than them.
Hold on, Native. What were you saying?
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
just okay, so for what you just did, for instance, sir, and I'm not being disrespectful, right? I would never like disrespect someone, but I'm just using that what you just did as an example. Okay? That right there, we can't do that. So that has nothing, what you just did has nothing to do with what school you went to, because I know Callie and the other woman, we're talking about people's backgrounds, what we learned, what we didn't learn, what the white tea man should have showed us this and this. That has nothing to do with simple manners. It has nothing to do with emotional intelligence. It has nothing to do with effective communication. And I'm trying to figure out as a group, as a people, as a community, why do we do that to one another? Why, when this prompt was put up, how in the world do we have people coming up on the panel and talking about segregation and what we learned from the white man, what the white tea man didn't teach
It's
us,
not
what
about
they did teach us?
segregation or anything. It's about we have to
Why you just
understand
cut me
the way
off?
we grew up. The way we grew up. What was it? One child, a whole.
Go ahead, Native.
Like that, Callie. Just what you did. So my thing is this: if this is how you all treat somebody you don't know, typically when people don't know people, they put on a show and they act a little bit better around company. I can only imagine, and again, I swear, I hope nobody is taking this the wrong way. Um, I'm a very blunt person, but I also am very respectful. I couldn't imagine, like the guy who butted in, I couldn't imagine if you did that to being your wife and you cut me off. Or Callie, if I was your husband and I'm in the middle of saying something and you cut me off. Do you understand that we do that to one another a lot and that causes miscommunications? And I'll be quiet so you all can respond to that. Go ahead.
Well, I apologize for cutting you off. I was gonna say, I remember we used to, what was it? One child, a village raised a child. We don't have that anymore. That was something we used to have. So now we have to think about other children's and parents that are not in their lives. So the topic was, how can we as American Indians or Black Americans, whatever we decide to label ourselves, communicate and treat each other? Well, most of our children don't have parents. Let's be honest. They don't have that parent figure, so they go to school. We're integrated with others. So they are taught behavior. And that's just, I wasn't trying to like bring
I
any
don't know if
type of
that's true.
like try to push away the topic. I'm sorry if I did. If I caused any drama, I do apologize. And I apologize again, Native, for interrupting you. You're correct.
I
have to
don't
learn
think it's
about
true
that
to
too.
say that most of us don't have parents. I don't think that's true. I mean, even though we're the most incarcerated and the most emancipated in this country because of wrongful accusation, I mean, being falsely accused, those people are still in their children's lives. So I don't
I'm
know what that's
saying,
all about.
like, when I say most of us don't have parents, we don't
I don't
have
think
role
that's true.
models. We don't have great role models.
I
Let's be
still don't think
honest.
that's true. No, I don't
I
think that's
do.
honest. No, I think that's you over generalizing like the shit. That's not true at all.
No, I feel like you're being disingenuous. I already know when y'all went to school, you had plenty of friends who did not have their father around. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny.
That might be
And
true,
I
but
didn't, and
but
I
that's
didn't
also
have,
true
hold
for
on,
other.
and I didn't have my father around. Thankfully, I had a stepfather, so I don't know what it's like to grow up without a father because I have a stepfather. So thankfully, but my biological father was absent. My biological father's father was absent. So I know plenty of other people do not have a father in their life.
Yeah, but that's
You
true
don't
for
need to make
any group.
excuses for that.
That's true for any
Like,
group. I'm not making excuses. But that's true for any group.
I just feel like you're
I
being
grew up in the
grew up,
80s, right?
I
So
grew
I
up,
grew up
I'm
in the
around
80s and
black
my father passed
families.
away. So he passed away. And once he passed away, around the 80s, that's when they embedded drugs into our communities.
You
And my
cannot say that
mom,
word.
oh, I'm
You
sorry.
cannot say that
You
word.
see,
Well, they've done a lot of stuff to sabotage
those.
us. A lot, you know.
Well, I'm not trying to generalize. I'm basing this off of, I went to public school. I had friends. My mom was like a loving, caring mother, but a lot of my friends came to my home to eat. You get what I'm saying? To have warm meals. So that's why I said when we integrated, we were taught, most of our parents, drugs with thugs. Oh my God, I don't even
I
want to
really
do
don't
TikTok.
know. Yeah, because I'm from Rossville. And I don't know what you're talking
All right,
about. Yeah.
never mind. I was trying to make a point, but I mean, if you feel like I have basically generalized basically our community, and we're gonna act like our community
I
isn't
didn't say
kind of
that.
messed up, and
But
that's why
what
we're
was the
having this
reason? What was
topic
the
right now.
cause? But it's not, it shouldn't be to the extent of overgeneralization because there's plenty of black homes. I come from a place where I saw nothing but black American families together. And yeah, we have issues, but what were the causes of those issues? And lots of people in other, you know, communities have those issues too, and didn't even have being disenfranchised like we have. So I just think just because you had a specific upbringing or came around, you know, and had a certain experience, you should not think so for everybody. And I think some people have a problem doing that just because that's what your lived experience is and that's what you
Right.
saw.
So that's my
Does not
perspective.
mean that that's
And
what
based
the
off of
whole
my
thing is.
perspective, that's how I'm able to answer the question. We
No,
gotta,
you
we
you
can't
overgeneralize
just have
though. You
one
said
question.
most
One
I feel like
answers.
he's
Well,
being
I think that's
disingenuous. I feel like he's being disingenuous. We can move on because I don't have time
I'm lost.
Yeah, for the crying and the being disingenuous. Like, let's just move on.
Sorry. I think my perspective is kind of probably throwing it off. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
No, I know you're right.
I was just trying to go based off of my perspective and what
Yeah,
I've
for sure.
seen growing up, right? So that's the beautiful thing about TikTok and having these discussions.
Yeah, well-
Everyone has a different walk of life.
Well, you're right because my
based
father.
off of our history, we are into different lives, and so we're not just gonna have one answer
the
for
screen,
a
y'all. Tap the
question like
screen.
that. You know, so
But yeah, you're right because my father's absent. Ain't no white T man forced him to do that. Ain't nobody to say, yeah, you need to abandon your family members. Nobody told him to do that. He chose to do that on his own free will. He's a grown man, and so are all these other men in our community. They're grown men, so there is no excuse.
And the
And
crazy
oh,
part
the white
about
T man, the
my
white T man.
father
The
wasn't
white T man did
absent
not
by
force you to do none
choice.
of that.
You know,
So-
he perished. So that's why I said
I'm not
we
talking
have
about that. I'm talking
different
about the
perspectives.
single mother epidemic. Is nobody's forcing people to leave their children. Nobody's forcing to do that. I'm tired of the excuses.
And we're not
And that's
talking
not even
about
on topic
dads.
anyways. That's not even on topic anyways. To what he was talking about. I don't know what he was talking about. I don't even know how we got on that topic, honestly.
What is going on?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
hello?
I don't know how we got on that topic.
I was reading All Americans comment. I was like, what's going on? Hello? But sheesh. I'm sorry to hear that. No, I'm sorry to hear that.
Then I was hearing a lot where people say they don't believe in marriage. Who forced them not to believe in marriage? That's their own free will.
True. Hey, what's up, All American?
What up, though? Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, she was saying her dad passed away. I'm like, well, if we want to talk about dads, I got a whole nother perspective. But if y'all were about to switch gears, then I don't want to dig back into it.
No, when I said that, it was just basically based off of my perspective, why I answered the question the way I did. And then he said, well, you generalizing everything. And I'm like, we all come from different walks of life.
Right. Yes.
And that's why I was
agree
able
with
to
that.
answer it the way. I'm not trying to like persuade anyone to just go with my answer. It's just something based off of what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to take it off the topic. I respect everyone.
You are fine. No, yeah, I came in on the tail end. I only caught what you were saying. That's why I was like, we talking about dads? I don't know what we was talking about. That's why I said that, but yeah.
the child of the day, I believe in marriage and lower taxes. I believe in marriage and no taxes. But yeah, the topic is how can American Indian Black Americans treat and communicate with each other better?
And we were talking about basic manners, and then somehow it got on dads. Like, if y'all being fathers is not a reason y'all don't have manners. Like, please. I don't know what the point, what he was trying to say.
Ooh, that's a thing. That's a thing we could do better is not be like condescending and stuff. Like,
oh yeah, true.
And antagonistic and, talk down to people. Even if, they don't understand something, we could be gracious. We don't have to talk to people like they're dumb because we're all capable and intelligent and we all grown. So respect is like the number one thing I think that our whole community could benefit from giving a little bit more of.
Absolutely. What I was gonna say is what I said earlier, because I don't know who is here and who is not. Just learning the basics of letting go of what was taught to us, or what letting go of the patriarchal thoughts that has been taught to us. That's not our way. We have to figure out whatever our way was. Sorry, what'd you say, Darvin?
It's gonna be your back. Go ahead.
Okay. Figuring out what our way was, what our ancestors did, how they talk to each other, not talking over each other, hearing each other out, men not thinking any better than the woman. We seen each other as sentient human beings with voices and respecting each other, that kind of stuff. No matter what the sex is, we should have respect for one another, no matter what the gender is. My bad. Another.
Yeah, and I feel like patriarchy is still in our community because I've seen a man who identifies as American Indian. He said the seed comes from the father. You are what your father is. Like, where in what indigenous spirituality or thinking system did they teach that? Even during slavery, if your mom was a slave, you were too. So I'm trying to figure out where this from.
I also agree with what you said about the division. Division has to be taken away. We definitely need to all be on one accord. I also feel like that respect factor, like you still on, that's a heavy one too, because not a lot of people are willing to respect others. And just, at some point, we got to do better than the generations before us. We got to really step up to the plate and figure out, how we're going to do this. So many people want to start so many different communities, but there's so much division, so much negativity being spewed on other people that are trying to do it, to where people aren't realizing that, this is what the problem is. The problem is we always want to be at each other's necks. The problem is can't nobody respect one another. The problem is can't nobody, come to the realization that we all one and the same at the end of the day, especially with Black Americans. I feel like with us, we got it the worst because
somebody mute that mic. Jesus Christ.
Because the crazy part about it is, like prime example, just using us for example, and the fact that we're coming into our true identity of being American Indian. There are so many.
Jen, can you hear me?
Yeah, and you got a lot of you.
Did you want to speak? Did you want to respond? Is that a bear? I don't know how to say your name. Didn't know or yes?
I'm Santana. It says Santana.
Oh, Santana. Okay.
Yeah, I'm chilling right now. So.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Give me a second.
Can y'all hear me now?
Okay, yeah, that's better again. You can go ahead.
I was just saying it's crazy because I have experienced so much negativity towards our own that don't even realize who they are. And it's wild to me because if anything, you should be proud of someone finding out their true identity, their true heritage, especially when our heritage has been erased. But there's no unity in that. There's no, oh, congratulations with that. There's always, oh, you're just in denial of your roots and stuff like that. And I just feel like that also contributes to a lot of the division that we experience within our community because don't nobody really want to be there for each other. Everybody's in competition. Nothing has to be a full competition like that. You can come together as a community.
I'm gonna kind of follow like a different, or I'm gonna kind of say I realize like a big issue is that we don't listen for understanding. Like I always feel like if you allow somebody enough room to speak, even if you're not in agreement with what they're saying in the moment, but allowing them to get their full thought out, one is really funny because it'll literally like it'll tell you a lot about that person. A person literally will deliver their whole like from beginning to end if you allow them to the space to speak. And it's okay just to allow them to talk and sit in that moment and then respond after the fact. And then that way you have a full thought to respond to versus cutting them off mid sentence, not even knowing where they're going to land at. You know what I mean? Like allowing them the space and the opportunity to fully explain. I understand like what you all are saying, but I mean just like I think everybody is kind of thinking about it a little too deeply. I'm just saying like right now, even amongst ourselves, even for us who've done their genealogy and understand history, right? How can we specifically communicate better? Whether it's on these panels or in person or at your job or within your home. That's what I'm saying. The communication, just don't overthink it so much so to like where it's again Pan Africans or FBAs or American Indians or whoever else. Just like community based. You know what I mean? Like from that perspective, how do you all feel? Like what's like the main reason for miscommunication?
Not nobody having respect for each other. I think in that sense, learning how to respect people and understand that people's cultures are different. Being an adult, everybody aren't adults, and people don't know what respect is. So understanding what respect is, and respecting people's culture, and realizing that there are differences within all of us, even if we all the same.
Sure. Yeah, but I feel like when it comes to people that know, uh, what's up? Well, like I said this earlier, everybody think they like know it all. Assuming know it alls. Everybody think they got like they're the best scholar, got the best information. I'm just like, and then like yeah, nah. And, like even if one of us slips up, like how one person that like has that mind frame would come down and crash down on a person. Yeah, this convo's getting boy. I'm a regular like dang, ain't bad. Yeah, I was about to say. I think we I don't know. I feel like yeah. I think I'm kind of with Rena. I think we've talked on what we could cover with this conversation. The older you get, the less you'll really know. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I be saying. I don't know nothing because I'm learning more and more every day. Like there's information I wouldn't even thought of learning about. Um, if it wasn't until like I just randomly come across information now. Like I don't really have to look for information like that. Like I just come across. It's just like how amazing it is, and things like that. But yeah, it's too many people that want to be the master teacher or whatever. I was like, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it.
Native
I'll
said,
just
oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
Native said that's cool, but in real life experience and relationships too. That's what I'm saying. Talking about it is not going to keep it from happening. People are still going to do it. I don't. Because I've been. That's why I said when the conversation started, I told Darvid, I've seen this topic on like 50 million other panels, and we're still having the same problem. So I've seen this topic right there in the background. I've seen this topic multiple times. It'll usually just say Black people though instead of American Indian. It'll just say Black people, and they bring up the same points. They have the same conversation. It's all the same stuff. That's why I said this conversation ain't really gonna do nothing. So
It's very big.
feel like I
Go
honestly
ahead.
feel like, with Black Wall, like we had Black Wall Street, it just seemed like we just got along more before integration. And that's probably why I look at it that way. Because I'm looking at our history, like how great our history was when we were separated, you know? And so what they had to do to actually put us together kind of changed our mindset, the way we move, the way we are programmed, the way our households and our neighborhoods are ran. So that, that is something I just look at, because like you said, this is a repetitive topic, but like, what's the solution? What are we
There
looking
is
at?
no solution. Our people don't even want to go to therapy. When you go to therapy, you learn communication styles and all that type of stuff. I've seen a bunch of our people say, "Oh, therapy is for the white team man." So there is no solution. You talking to people who don't even want to go to therapy and learn a communication style that's better than talking over people.
Yeah, therapy. Yeah, I agree with therapy. Even though I ain't been in a while, but yeah, therapy definitely helps. I advocate people going to therapy.
I haven't been in a while either, but yeah, it definitely works.
Mm-hmm.
Shit got better with my mom. My mom was like very masculine. My mom's like very masculine. She grew up in a house with like 12 boys. And she used to get beat and stuff and bullied and stuff. So she had to like fight. She had to fight grown men and stuff like that. So my mom is very masculine. She was not a loving mother at all. She went to therapy when I was like 17 or 18 years old. She's gotten a lot better. She's a lot more affectionate and motherly. So a lot of these people do not want to go to therapy, and that's really what the problem is.
Our community started failing when our family started failing. That is true. That is true. You break down the family structure. Uh, you know.
But if you can't afford it, that's one thing. But that's not what people are saying. They're not saying I can't afford therapy. They're saying therapy is for the white team man. That's what they're saying.
They don't believe in therapy. They don't think
Yeah. It's so many free mental health resources that too. Like if people are working, like your job can point you to a mental health resource, especially if you're working and stuff. Like
Nonprofit organizations have those too.
yeah, exactly. It's a bunch of nonprofit. I actually know it's like I have an American Indian nonprofit that focuses on mental health.
And you can request a therapist that's of your racial background or your ethnic
Yeah,
background.
please. Dang, what?
So they might understand some nuances in your family and stuff. You can request someone that looks like you as a therapist as well.
I was 18, well, 17 and a half really. But when I moved away from my parents, I know like I had spent a lot of time learning how to communicate properly because I started seeing certain things that my dad or how my dad would respond. I started to respond in that same manner, right? So that's how I know another reason why I feel like I've had to do a lot of extra work to get to this point to try to, effectively communicate. And that's another thing that I would just encourage everybody to, like Nina said, like as far as therapy and also just analyzing how you communicate with someone. We're all at the age to like where we should see when we're looking at someone, we should figure out their mannerisms. Like, again, are we over talking them? Are we giving them too much information? Are we not giving them enough information? Is the person we're even communicating really worth even having an ongoing relationship with or communication with? Because sometimes too, you're giving somebody all of this communication and they're really not even wanting that from you. So that can even be exhausting in itself too. So
hold on, yeah, this is the American Indian Therapy Center I was talking about. Yeah. Yo, my phone is cooking. I think my phone is blazing. Golly, it's hot.
Charger?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called For Hope's Sake. Yeah, I know people that talk mess about me going to powwows. I wouldn't have found out about this. Like, these are our people running a mental health service. Like, I wouldn't have found that out if I didn't go to this, place, right? Most it's for hope's sake.org, for hope's sake.
There you go.
Yeah, like you can, even if you already have a therapist, you can still reach out to them. At for herbs, like yeah, we provide our state of art healing. It's a holistic therapy. Past and most experienced and dedicated healthcare professionals in Maryland, South Carolina, Massachusetts, and Arizona. You know, since we served our first very number, but I think they're national too. And things like that. I'm about to call them again, but yeah, they're national as well. And on top of that, there is ran by Uchi women. Yeah, Uchi women started this organization. So, Uchi, they got Chickasaw, Catawba. I'm a peep here in North Carolina, but you're gonna peep anyway. Yep. But sure, they said they got. I think that's where their physical centers are. But it's like you can talk to them virtually and stuff like that, and you can go to the pull up to the physical centers when you have time. So, and then oh yeah, and the app is their at on Instagram and stuff is for the number 4 hope's sake, yeah, for hope's sake. So yeah, that's their at. It's on the website as well. Yeah, for hope's sake. Yep, that's the at.
Someone said, "Do women see men crying as a red flag?" But I've never actually had a woman teach me that men crying is a bad thing. That's always men telling me that. So if any woman is saying that, she probably learned that from a man saying that out his own mouth. So
I mean, I'll say I had like
sorry.
yeah, as a growing up, as growing up, I had like when I would cry, and I've had even my own dad, even they stopped. Like I had to get like he stopped eventually. My oldest sister, like they'd be like, oh, what you crying for? Type stuff, like suck it up. Like I've had that experience like growing up as a boy going into it, man. That's why once I finally became expressive, like I was a firecracker at cracker once I hit like a certain age, and stuff like that. But um I've learned how to be better with my emotions over time. So that's why it's hard for me to open up to people. Yeah, it's hard for me to open up to people at sometimes. So
And then like men will tell me, "Oh yeah, I've opened up my emotions," and people have thrown it back in my face. I'm like, "Yeah, that's the
well,
reality
I've
of
had
living."
women do that too.
Yeah, I was telling them, "Oh, like that's the reality of living as a woman every day. You show emotions and people throw it back in your face. Like that's not an
That is true.
I didn't tell them like that just sounds like the experience of
That
a
is
human.
true. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I've had women weaponize that too. I was like, all right, Joe. That's why I just be keeping my mouth shut most of the time. But I will express like when I need to express my emotions, I will like.
And I think that's why Gen Z has a growing problem where they don't express any type of emotion because they don't want to be humiliated later for both genders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because people just petty as hell. Like, golly, like why? Like, facts, bro. Emotionally turn against people. Like that's why I be like, you mad? That's why when I be looking at people air each other out, I'll just be like, yo, like y'all was just buddy
You know
not
what's
too long
funny?
ago.
Because I came on your panel one time and I was so emotional, right? My grandmother had just passed. She passed at 97 years old.
My
So I came on
condolences.
your panel and I was trying to like go with the topic, but I started crying. So I started crying. And of course, y'all was like, oh, okay, y'all wasn't mad. I felt ashamed, but I couldn't stop crying because I didn't have nobody to really just express that to, because I go to work and I have to put this brave face on or whatever. And so y'all was like, oh, okay. And then when I got off your panels, an African person came over there and just fired me up, roasted me so bad. It was so embarrassing.
What was this?
This was probably like a month ago. I was on
What
your
about?
panel. I
I
just
don't think
busted
I
out laughing.
remember that.
Man,
I
I was
don't know.
crying I was just crying. Y'all was just listening, but y'all wasn't judging me. I was just like happy that it was people that know their heritage, like know their history, and respect their elders. And I had just like my grandmother had just passed away. And man, this African woman got on here and said, "I think it's fake," and I was so mad. Like I was so mad.
I'm glad I didn't. I must not have been
No,
there.
no, you went
'Cause I
off.
would've-
You went off.
Oh, I did. Okay, I went off. I would have went off if I heard that. Like, yeah. Okay, I
But
was
that's
there then.
but like she said, like that's what women. I think that's feminine. Like men be like black men be okay, men be like be okay. Women aren't feminine enough, and I thought it was just a feminine moment for me, especially since I don't have people like that. So I just thought it was okay for a woman to cry. But like she said, they throw it in your face. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of understand.
Tribal thoughts. Yeah, these folks wild on TikTok. That's why I don't really be. Yeah, hey, what's up, Chief? This
Seriously.
Crying is okay. It's okay to cry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Crying releases the sadness within you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Folks gotta cry, then cry. Yeah. My only thing is why you record yourself crying and posting it on the internet? But but nah. If you gotta cry spur in the moment, like if someone just
Well,
just so happens to cry.
I thought I was over it, and then I went into your live because I'm kind of new on TikTok or whatever, and I went into your live, so I thought I was over it or whatever. Because my grandmother was so strong, like despite not reading or writing and going through whatever she went through, because she passed away at 97 years old. She have land for our family, right? She has fruits that's bearing still. And so when I started speaking, it was like she came over. I don't know if she came over me, but I was just in an emotional state and I could not stop crying. I'm like, God, in my head, I'm like, girl, you sound so weak right now. These people probably looking at you like you crazy. But I was over there crying and no, y'all was supporting me until the African got on here and was like, well, I think the reason why she went at me that way is because I was like, I'm so proud to be American and I'm so proud of y'all for respecting our elders and keeping our part of history alive. Like we have every right to identify how we want to. We have every right to tell our story, and we have every right to respect our elders and not say they're senile and this and that. And I think that kind of upset her. And so she got on here and she was like, I think someone's being fake, especially the one that was crying. And I was like, oh my God, I had already got off the thing. And I was like, dang.
And I went okay, and I went off on her. That sounds like me. Like, why you like? I don't play that. Like, if someone's crying, like, cause folks just don't cry and like just up and cry in public for no reason, you know. But yeah, even though I don't really remember it, but that's weird. Like, I find that weird. Like, let people get out what they got to get out, you know. I was about to say I don't even remember.
Yeah, you probably don't remember because you be having lives, but yeah, you went off and I was like, and then someone else on the panel went off and I felt better because I was like, dang, I really did go up there and just like cry, seem so weak, but yeah.
When's the last time I actually, well, probably like January. Yeah, January. It been happening January the last time
I needed that cry. It's no way I'm just gonna put a camera in my face and just bust out crying. It was just like right there. I was just like so proud because we had her funeral and then my cousin spoke and he was saying, man, our grandmother, like she was a smart woman. Like she literally put in her will that we couldn't sell any of our land. We couldn't sell the property on the land. And just seeing people that look like me keeping the hope alive, like keeping our story going. I mean, we're going through a lot. We're faced, a lot of people are telling us. I know someone told me, well, they was like, you're denouncing Africa if you don't say that you're from African and like you don't come from Africa. And I'm like, well, my grandmother never taught me that I came from Africa, so I can't denounce something that I didn't learn. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was never taught that. Doesn't mean that I think Africans are hideous people. I think they're beautiful people. In fact, I was going against my family at one point when Wakanda, that movie came out. I forgot what
Hold on.
that movie came out, baby. I said, you know what?
I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm going to Africa and I'm going to help. And I started. I said I was gonna buy some dashiki clothes.
She said she be crying that bitch. Yo, all American is funny. She said
I
she was
swear to God, I said I'm gonna buy me some dashiki clothes. I just gotta find me an African to buy them from because I know China make. And so one day I go to my this one my grandma was alive. I go to her house with my dashiki outfit on. I had my baby, you can tell me nothing. And when I tell you my aunties pulled me and went off on me, they went clean off of me because I had planned. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and get my doctorate. I'm gonna go ahead and move to Africa to help my people. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm going.
Congratulations, yeah.
My auntie said, girl, what? I said, yeah, I think that y'all are scared to be Africans. And they was like, girl, do you know Africans are coming here to be doctors? And I didn't even look at that. I was just so Wakanda forever. Like, y'all couldn't tell me nothing. And it's nothing against Africa because it's a beautiful continent, right? It's a beautiful place and it's beautiful women and men. And I think they're beautiful people. So I don't know where all this hatred is coming from. But now, since my auntie instilled into me, you're going to be proud who you are. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to tell you who you aren't. But you need to believe in me when I tell you who you are, right? And I had to, and when my grandmother passed, it just really, when I saw the paperwork, when I saw the wills, when we had to speak to the lawyers, when I saw the land, when I saw that the payments they was making to drill from her soul, I knew like I disrespected my grandmother while she was alive. You know what I'm saying? Because she always stood, she was a part of this land. Her father was a part of this land. Her mother was a part of this land, and and at one point in life I did disrespect her because Wakanda had me feeling like I came from Africa. It just did, but yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. That was just funny.
It's okay, yeah, it's okay. Cause everybody thought they came from Africa. Like back in the day, I used to wear little African charms and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I used to wear I said all the like African jewelry, all that stuff, and then it was cool until I found out that
I never.
it's people in America that's not from Africa. I'm like, hold up, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? They be like, nah, everybody in America not African. And they was like, oh,
hey, what's up, y'all?
if you got African slaves in your ancestry, then you could be from Africa. But if you don't, and guess what? You're not from Africa. I used to think every black person was African. That's not how it works, bro. And so I caught knowledge to that. But, you know what I mean? I try to get into. See, I'm one of the ones that's stuck. I can't go past like my grandparents. Honestly, I mean, sorry to say that. I can't go past. I don't know my father. I mean, I met my father. I don't know his grandparents. I never met his grandparents. My mother, I met my mother's grandparents, and I know that on my mother's side, my grandfather. Long time ago, and I got Indian in my family. That's on my grandma. That's on my mother's side. But she used to tell me about all the herbs and stuff that one of my aunts had. One of her aunts had in the house. She was like she had the herbs for everything. You know what I mean?
What's up, Chief Thunderstone?
And yeah. So there's no African in my lineage that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
I got to stick to that. I don't know my lineage, but I know it's not African, and that's just what I gotta go with. No African in my lineage. Those Indians, I don't know the tribes. I talked to my father's uncle. He said his grandma was saying we was Blackfoot. I never talked to my mom. I never met my father. He passed away before. I mean, I talked to him when I was like 17. I'm 50 now. So I met him.
Yeah.
And I barely knew the dude. You know what I'm saying? Barely knew the dude. And I talked to him one time when I was 17. And you know what I mean? And the next time he passed away, that's the next time I heard anything from him. So I don't know no lineage from my father's side. The lineage from my mother's side is all crazy. The mom said that her aunt had all herbs in her house. She said, "You walk in our house, it was number herbs." Said she thought she was crazy because she never seen nothing like that. Said she had medicine for everything, all herbs. So my dad's telling me that, you know what I mean, that's Indian. That's well, you could be so far Indian, but that's the American culture. So we had medicine for everything.
For sure. But yeah, what's up, Yaya?
Hey, good evening. I want to answer the prompt the best I
Good.
can.
Okay.
How can American Indians / Black Americans treat and communicate with each other better? I think one thing that we need to do, there's many, but one thing we need to do is stop using words like most and always, because I know for the younger generation, you guys have had to deal with a completely different reality than someone like me who grew up in the 70s and in the 80s. Grandparents of the 1930s and 1950s are quite different from grandparents of Generation X and millennials. They're quite different. And and so I just think that we need to be sensitive to the change of the times and that we need to really dissect what worked for us in the past and throw away the things that did not work for us and aren't working for us, and that we have to stop painting everyone with this large brush of what your experience is, that everybody else had that particular experience, and be more cognizant of the diversity of backgrounds and child rearing and what a lot of things that happened in the mid 80s and 90s and the WAR on DRUGS and the WAR on education. There's been a lot of WARs on our community, and we need to be um, we need to be understanding for people who were victims of all those WARs. You know, I think that that would help a lot.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak real quick. 'Cause I'm 50 years old. I got 3 grandkids. They all doing amazing, right? So I'm not. They don't have that. Whatever effect is you talking about that the kids have, they don't have that. And the mom and the dad's not together, but you know what I mean. They are a family and they holding it down. So I'm the grandfather. Obviously, I'm in control. I'm in relations with them, my grandkids, and obviously my daughter. So they don't have that same effect. Whatever you talking about right now is more of people don't have control of the situations that's at hand, and um, a liability to everything that's going on around them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I want you to tell me, what am I speaking on that makes you say that?
Because you're speaking on like corruption, right?
There was there were policies and that affected our community, and it was the war on DRUGS and the WAR on education and No Child Left Behind and the WAR on poverty. These were actually policies, and these policies were created because the environment that what you're saying right now about your children and grandchildren is exactly what I'm speaking on. Not everyone has the experience of your grandchildren. Not every girl has a father in their life. Not every grandchild has a grandfather in their life. That when we were young, I'm 55 going on 56. So
Right.
for me and you that come from Generation X, there's a lot of things in our childhood, in our adulthood, that we normalized. And we have to stop thinking like that, because there's a whole nother generation of the younger millennials in Generation Z that don't have any of those experiences. So even when we say things like that doesn't exist in my world, for people whose world it doesn't exist in, they're going to find that offensive. And that's going to further divide us instead of bringing us together and being able to communicate. I can't make my situation so normalized that I make everybody else a dysfunction that don't fit into my square. And that's where we fail each other as we move forward with these generations.
Right. But here's the thing. This I mean, everybody's different, like you said. Like this is the thing. This is how you got to do it. I mean, everybody's not going to do it, but your family trace is your family trace. If they tell you to open a can up this way, you open a can up this way. Now, I'm gonna teach my daughter to open the can up the same way. Now, if you open the can up another way, I mean, you not my family member. You not been trained from my family. You got your own way to open up a can, then that's something different. You know what I mean? If I can teach you to open a can better than I can open a can, then you know, hey, listen, this is how it got to be done. But at the same time, if you're not able to learn a better way, even if it don't matter if it's 1980 or 2025, you got to learn a better way. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be doing what you want to do. You got to train kids for a better way. No matter what.
Because I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused. I understood what Yaya was talking about and how she was relating it to the background, but I don't really understand what this has to do with the background.
Because she was saying that the generations won't learn from what we learn from, but they will if you teach.
That's absolutely
them.
not what I said. I didn't say that at all.
This is the whole point. You said they're gonna do what they want to do. Well, they got to be trained to do what you want.
I never said that either. I don't know where you're getting that. I didn't say any of that.
What was your point? What was your point? What was your point? What was your point? Tell me. You said they're not going. You said they're not going to learn, right?
Can I ask you this first of all, because for some reason I'm being triggered. Have you been drinking this evening?
It doesn't matter.
No, it really does matter.
It don't matter. Okay.
It really does matter.
So I'm good.
Okay.
You don't have to talk to me. You can talk to the panel. Talk to the panel.
All right, I'm about to reset the live with another topic.